making the most mind-boggling discoveries. These people reveal the wonders of living in a mysterious world. From the depths of shadowy caves to the mysteries hidden inside. This video will take you through some of the most unexplainable finds in history. Stay tuned. While exploring a deep cave, an explorer stumbled upon a sight straight out of a nightmare. The ground was covered in muddy water, and strange, long, snake-like creatures floated just over the surface. As he moved deeper, something even weirder caught his eye. A dome-shaped object appeared covered in tiny bumps. Its dark, slimy surface gives it an otherworldly appearance. Later, locals told him it could be a rare mother slug, a creature few had ever seen. Whatever that was, it was an unforgettable experience. What's your take on this? Unseen creature. This creature stands out as truly one of a kind, with a bizarre combination of features that baffled all who saw it. Its head resembled that of a beast. Its big body and strangely long arms made it even more creepy. The legs were weirdly human-like, but the feet resembled oversized animal paws, adding to its strange look. With no fur and its body rapidly decaying, it seemed to be mutating at an alarming rate. Its decaying state shocked everyone, almost like it didn't belong to any known creature. The mystery surrounding its existence only deepened as the creature continued to defy explanation. Eyeless discovery. A fisherman in Malaysia made an unexpected catch. A strange eyeless fish never heard of before, right? At first, he couldn't make sense of it, but recent photos have helped shed some light. It turned out to be an eel goby, a mud-dwelling marine habitat that has remained elusive to most people for years. With its bizarre appearance, it certainly looks like something out of a science fiction story. New footage has given a rare look at these fascinating creatures, revealing their unique and mysterious behaviors. Even though it looked strange, the eel goby has managed to keep its secrets hidden until now. Muddy mystery. A video from Queensland, Australia, has gone viral across social media, leaving everyone in disbelief. In the clip, a giant, muddy creature slowly emerges from the murky water, pausing for a moment before disappearing back into the depths. No one could explain it. Some believed it was a whale covered in mud, while others thought of all kinds of possibilities, suggesting it could be an underwater monster or even Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. Despite the wild theories, the truth remains unknown. Whatever it was, it made everyone think if something even bigger was there that seemed a yes to me. The unseen figure.
Where is it? Yeah, it's up here on the left. This road is up service right here. That's right.
While driving down a quiet, wooded road, a local resident stumbled upon an unsettling sight. A small, lifeless figure lay motionless on the ground, about the size of a doll. Its face had strange, distinctive features, and it was wrapped in what looked like white cloth or bandages. The figure seemed almost too realistic, resembling one of the cryptid creatures whispered about in local myths. The unusual discovery quickly sparked discussions in the town, leaving everyone talking if this strange figure was an isolated event, or if maybe there were more hidden in the woods nearby.
Inspected, approved. I can't read this.
Dragon discovery. You might have seen many weird things, but how about this? A tourist spotted a small figure moving in the water. At first, he thought it was just a small fish, but something seemed off. Curious, he zoomed in, and to his shock, he saw what appeared to be a tiny dragon gliding through the water. His mind raced with thoughts. If this one was real, could there be bigger ones out there too? Feeling uneasy, he decided to step back and leave the woods, unsure of what he'd just seen. Siravo mystery.
El diablo o la sirena, no sé qué será.
On the rocky shores of Siravo Island, near Mexico's Baja California coast, fishermen discovered a decayed creature that left experts scratching their heads. With a tail, hair, a human-like mouth, and 2 horns. The bizarre being caused wild theories. Some believed it was a mermaid, others a devil, or even an alien. Despite its advanced decomposition, the bizarre appearance of the creature caught the attention of people worldwide. As experts continue their study, the strange being still remains unknown for now.
Tiene boca como la gente y dos cuernos.
Sewer creature. During a routine sewer inspection in Tempe, a maintenance worker stumbled upon something that defied belief. In the dimly lit tunnel, he discovered a creature unlike anything he'd ever seen. Massive and slug-like, far larger than any known sea slug species. Nearly the size of a person's arm, it had bumpy bubbles and strange tentacle-like appendages. The video quickly spread online and grew curiosity and debate. Marine biologists were quick to clarify that sea slugs are much smaller and live in salt water, raising questions about whether the creature was a prop, a special effect, or something entirely new. Unseen figures. While taking a peaceful boat ride, a group of locals spotted an unusual thing. Near the cave's edge, just above the waterline, sat what seemed to be humanoid figures. At first, they thought it might be monkeys, but something was off about them. The beings were oddly shaped and were making strange, unsettling noises that scared the tourists. No one could make sense of what they were seeing. Soon, it was clear. The tourists felt they had seen enough. They decided to return, heading away from the strange scene, as everyone wondered what or who they had just encountered. Beach surprise. A young boy was exploring the beach at night when he noticed a strange creature lying on the sand. At first, he thought it was a lifeless creature, maybe a giant snake, but as he stepped closer, the unexpected happened. The creature suddenly opened its eyes, and the boy was surprised. It wasn't a snake at all. Instead, it resembled a leopard seal, though much larger. It looked out of place, as if it had somehow ended up far from its home. The boy quickly realized that this was no ordinary sight, and he backed away, unsure what to do next. Shoreline encounter. While walking along the lake, a tourist noticed a strange sight in the water. At first, only the top part of a large body was visible, with the rest submerged. The movement of the water made it clear. It was a giant creature. At first, it stayed in the distance, but then, as if aware of the observer, it slowly moved closer to the shore. The creature peeked out from its neck and stayed there for a while, black in color and strangely resembling the infamous Loch Ness monster. Realizing what he was seeing, the tourist quickly ran away, unsure what to make of the encounter. Mermaid washed ashore. On April 6th, a video uploaded to TikTok quickly went viral, showing what appeared to be a human-like body washed up on the shore. Instead of feet, the creature had a tail, leaving viewers both fascinated and confused. Many had heard stories of mermaids, but never imagined they might be real. Some people believed the video was genuine, while others insisted it was staged. Regardless of the debate, one thing was certain. If mermaids could exist, there might be other creatures out there that we've heard might exist. Strange encounter. A group of friends enjoying a day by the sea stumbled upon a strange pink creature resting on the rocky shore. At first glance, they thought it was a jellyfish, but as they got closer, its unusual appearance left them baffled. The soft, fleshy mass had a circular shape with a deep center and small eye-like markings around its edge, giving it an almost alien look. Curious yet cautious, they snapped a video and shared it online. Some suggested it could be a deep-sea organism rarely seen by humans, but I let you the judge. Mystery of Maroochydore.
Just going for my morning walk and stumbled across something a little bit odd.
During a morning walk along Maroochydore Beach in Queensland, Australia, on March 21st, a local stumbled upon a bizarre discovery. Lying motionless on the sand was a creature seen for the first time in his life. Its smooth, hairless body resembled that of a possum, but its odd shape and features sparked speculation. It could be an extraterrestrial being, reminiscent of something from science fiction. As theories spread, locals were left confused about the true identity of the washed-up creature. Some simply took photos and walked away, while others wondered if this was a glimpse of something the ocean was never meant to give up.
How weird is
ocean mystery. On October 13th, an astonishing discovery was made on an Oregon beach when a massive creature resembling a sea monster washed ashore. Eyewitness footage revealed a giant blob covered in what appeared to be long, white hair stretching about 50 feet, nearly the size of a truck. This strange beast emanated a strong smell of decomposition, suggesting it was deceased. As the soft, yet firm mass was examined, experts speculated it might be a decomposing whale, with the hair being remains of its tissues. Well, what's your take on this? I would love to know. River creature. A local was walking through the woods when a strange sight caught his eye by the edge of the river. There, standing still, was a hairy creature covered in dark fur. The moment he saw it, the creature suddenly jumped into the water. To his shock, it began floating, as if moving without effort, like a ghostly spirit. Many believe creatures like this roam the woods, scaring anyone who dares to cross their path. But what it truly was, whether a spirit, a creature, or something else entirely, remains unknown. Slimy surprise. In the Philippines, researchers made a scary discovery when they uncovered a massive, slimy creature that had been known only by its tusk-like shells. Locals had hunted the shells for years, selling them for $200 each, but no one had ever seen the creature inside. When scientists cracked open a living specimen, they were shocked to find a 5-foot-long mollusk, exuding a foul smell from its sulfur-rich bacteria diet. Found in toxic mud pools, this creature lives in extreme conditions, proving once again that nature doesn't care about our comfort. Mystery in Kiel. In the busy port of Kiel, Germany, dock workers made a startling discovery one misty April morning in 2011. As they worked, they saw something unusual. Strange creatures floated in the Baltic waters, looking almost alive. They were see-through and shaped like rings, softly as they moved, while mixing patterns formed inside them. They seemed to move with a mysterious energy, curious and cautious. The workers said to carefully transport them to the IFM Geomar Institute for Study, because when the ocean starts tossing out things that look like living, glowing rings, it's probably best to let the experts deal with whatever weirdness just surfaced. Sandy surprise. On a wet, open patch of land, a man tried a strange experiment when he scattered a mysterious white powder across the surface. An unexpected thing happened. Thin streams of brown liquid began to emerge from tiny holes in the earth. It looked like nature had performed a magic trick, as 3 separate streams pushed up through the sandy soil, leaving everyone confused. For a moment, it seemed like something impossible was happening. But, as it turned out, these streams were caused by sea moose, common to the land near the sea. Shore's stranger. A worker on a quiet beach stumbled upon a shocking sight, a massive creature slowly crawling onto the shore. Its body resembled an alligator, but its face was enormous and unlike anything he had ever seen. Moving with purposeful steps, it left deep marks in the sand. Startled but curious, the worker kept a safe distance while capturing the strange sight. Locals began speculating wildly, guessing everything from a prehistoric reptile to an unknown species. Whatever it was gone, leaving behind a mystery that no one could explain. Faceless creature. While relaxing on the beach, a beachgoer noticed an unsettling sight in the distance. A black, hairy creature with no visible face stood near the shoreline. Its feet were clearly visible, but its features were hard to make out. As it began to move, the beachgoer felt a wave of fear. He couldn't shake the thought that this might be his worst nightmare come to life. Rather than risk encountering it further, he quickly decided to leave. His curiosity was overshadowed by the creepy feeling of not knowing what he had just witnessed. Human-like fish. While passing by a river in China, a family noticed a fish swimming in the water. In the beginning, it seemed like any other fish. But as they looked closer, they saw something strange. The fish had a human-like face. It was the first time they had seen a fish like that. Some wondered if it was a mutation, but that seemed unlikely. Could this be a type of fish that had never been discovered before? The family couldn't help but feel that they had witnessed a truly mysterious and unexplained sight.
有人的样貌。
Mystery creature. On a windswept beach, locals stumbled upon a strange sight. What looked like the remains of a dragon-like creature washed up on the shore. Its dark form, with outstretched wings and a skeletal head, was unsettling against the pale sand. Photographs of the creature quickly sparked debate among onlookers and online viewers. Some believed it was driftwood or ocean trash placed strangely, while others speculated it could be an unknown species from the ocean's depths. Zebra stripes. During a marine biology expedition, a researcher stumbled upon a fascinating creature that defied expectations. With a zebra-striped body, it lay partially submerged in a muddy beach. What truly captivated the researcher was its appearance. Although it resembled a squid or octopus, its unique features suggested it could be a previously unknown species adapted to coastal waters. Its strange form hinted at something unknown, making the researcher realize this discovery might change what we know about life in the ocean. Bondi discovery.
A horn shark.
During a morning jog on Bondi Beach in Australia, a curious sight caught one jogger's eye. He stumbled upon a mysterious creature lying on the sand, measuring nearly half a meter long. Its smooth skin shimmered like that of a shark. But what baffled everyone were its unusual, human-like lips. Intrigued, the jogger filmed the creature and shared the video on social media, seeking help to identify it. People get amazed and curious at the same time about the strange sight, and soon, everyone started talking about it. Beach oddity. A tourist walking along Green Harbor Beach was left stunned after spotting a bizarre creature washed ashore. The strange being, with two large, it had big, fan-shaped parts, and a shiny, colorful body that looked unreal as it lay partly in the shallow water. Unsure of what they were looking at, the tourist quickly took a video and shared it online. Everyone had their own beliefs. Some suggested it might be a deep-sea creature, while others said it could be organs of a whale. As debates raged on, the waves slowly pulled it back into the sea, as if the ocean itself wanted to keep its secrets hidden. Strange catch. A fisherman in China was left astonished after catching a strange creature that appeared to be a mix between a dolphin and a crocodile. The unusual fish, with its elongated snout and smooth body, quickly caught the attention of locals. Speculation. Many wondered if it was a rare species or a biological anomaly. Experts suspect the creature could be an alligator gar, an ancient fish species known for its crocodile-like head and fish body. However, without further analysis, it remains unknown. The fisherman described it as the strangest catch of his life. The blob. A massive 20-foot-long carcass dubbed the Globster recently washed up on the shores of Oriental Mindoro province in the Philippines, leaving locals in shock. The strange, hairy-looking mass sparked widespread fear, with some residents believing it to be an omen of an impending natural disaster. The unsettling appearance of the creature, with its pale, its soft, jelly-like body, and strange texture, quickly grabbed the attention of both locals and experts. Marine specialists suspected the creature to be the decomposed remains of a whale, its features altered by the natural decay process. Samples were collected for further analysis to confirm its species. Despite scientific explanations, the huge, strange blob still amazes and scares people in the community. Island mystery. About a year ago, in 2024, a mysterious creature washed up on an island in Papua New Guinea, leaving locals stunned. the strange pale mass that was probably seen for the first time. Its ghostly appearance scared locals. With no clear answers, the creature was quickly buried before experts had the chance to collect DNA samples. Locals speculated wildly. Could it be a marine mammal, a sea cow, or even something mythical like a mermaid? While experts ruled out sharks and humans, the creature's unsettling. The odd look kept everyone guessing. The black blob.
So one thing like that.
A group of friends was enjoying a sunny day on a beach in St. Lucia when an odd thing caught their attention. On a rock nearby, a strange black blob moved. Curious, they approached it. To their surprise, the blob was alive, made up of hundreds of small black worms, all twisted together, creating a giant mass. It was unlike anything they had ever seen before. But why were they all twisted together like that? Was it some kind of strange behavior? The sight left everyone confused as they stared in confusion, wondering what could have caused such a sight.
I like Freddy.
Lolong's fury? The villagers gathered in the town center, eager to witness the capture of the legendary Lolong, a massive crocodile caught after days of struggle. At over 5.5 meters long, it was possibly the largest crocodile ever caught alive. For a while, Lolong appeared calm. A brave villager even touched his snout, but the peace didn't last long. With a quick and scary show of power, Lolong thrashed violently, destroying the rice cart holding him. Panic spread quickly as people ran for safety, and one local cameraman climbed a tree. After a tense struggle, the villagers managed to secure him once again. It was an unforgettable moment, one that would be talked about for years. The Black Figure. On July 23rd, 2024, a picture taken in Victoria Laguna caused a stir across the town. A local, out for a walk, noticed a strange thing and decided to snap a photo. The image showed a small black figure with large eyes, appearing like an alien creature roaming the area. The whole town was shocked by the unexpected sight. Many people speculated about its origin, but after the photo was shared, the creature was never seen again. It was as if it vanished, but made people think if it had simply returned to its home, wherever that might be. Mutant discovery. While camping, a curious camper noticed a floating being on the surface of the water. At first, he thought it was just a pig, but as he got closer, he realized something was off. The creature's feet were humanoid, and it had a straight tail. Though lifeless, it clearly wasn't just an ordinary animal. It seemed to be a mutant, a strange cross between a human and a pig. The location of the discovery remained unknown, though it was certain it happened somewhere in the United States. The camper took a cautious step back, knowing that if others found out, there might be trouble. Sea worm. You might have seen some weird things, but how about this? While fishing by the sea, a fisherman spotted a strange thing in the water. It looked like a gastropod, but it was far from ordinary. The worm was pink and moving in a way that made the fisherman feel uneasy. While this creature was famous in Korea for being eaten as a delicacy, its strange, unsettling appearance made it hard to imagine anyone enjoying it. The fisherman couldn't help but feel disgusted, unsure how something so odd could be considered food. Giant anaconda.
Olha, tamanho dessa cobra.
In Brazil, an enormous anaconda, measuring over 15 meters long, was spotted crossing a river, leaving onlookers in awe. The sheer size of the snake sparked debates among locals, with some speculating that it could be a modern-day version of the prehistoric titanoboa, a giant snake that once roamed Earth millions of years ago. Whatever it was, one thing was clear. If this snake decided to claim the river as its own, no one was going to argue with it.
Agora vai embora.
River creature. A man in Greenwich was riding a cable car when he noticed a strange sight in the river below. He quickly captured footage of what appeared to be a massive creature swimming in the water. Though filmed from a distance, the shadow of this giant being was clear. And at the start of the clip, Some people claimed to see spikes or scales rising above the water's surface. Was it a massive sea creature traveling upstream, or could it be something entirely different? But one thing was clear. Anyone who saw the footage would remember it for a long time. Two-faced fish. While fishing, a fisherman reeled in a fish that left him stunned. At first glance, it seemed like any other fish, but when he looked closely, he noticed an unusual sight. Instead of one face, the fish had two faces, and neither of them looked normal. The creature seemed to be suffering from some kind of biological issue, or perhaps it was a rare type of fish never seen before. The fisherman couldn't help but wonder, was it a strange mutation, or had he just discovered something entirely new to science? Mysterious shore creature. Along the rocky shoreline, a local beachcomber stopped in his tracks, captivated by a strange sight. There was a massive, segmented, worm-like creature. Its metallic bronze body and rigid parts made it look almost like something from another world. The creature appeared to be standing upright in a horse-like pose, its shell-like surface gleaming in the morning light. As the beachcomber recorded the moment, he wondered if it was a bizarre illusion, maybe an artfully arranged collection of shells or marine debris. For a moment, it seemed like a creature from the deep had emerged to greet the day. Shimmering blob. On a quiet morning at the beach, a local beachcomber stumbled upon a strange sight. A see-through, brownish blob lay on the warm sand. About the size of a large seashell, it had a jelly-like texture and was covered in tiny particles. Though some speculated it could be a new species, marine biologists might identify it as a sea slug or another marine organism displaced by the tides. With the tide rising, the strange blob rested on the sand, as if hiding a secret no one would ever uncover. Mysterious find. On a remote beach in Thailand, a peculiar gooey sea creature washed ashore, leaving locals confused. Its bright pink and purple colors shined, standing out against the muddy ground. People gathered, curious to see it, and when someone gently touched it with a stick, they revealed its jelly-like texture. The creature appeared alien, with no clear shape or features to identify it. Some locals wanted to call experts, but others decided it was best to leave it alone, just in case it wasn't as harmless as it looked. Beach discovery. On a sunny afternoon, a group of kids playing on the beach stumbled upon what they thought was a strange round rock, half buried in the sand. Covered in wet grains, it looked ordinary until it moved. Surprised, they stepped back as the strange thing moved and shook a little. It was alive, curious but cautious. They poked it gently and watched in amazement. A nearby adult suggested it might be a sea creature, possibly a sea slug or jelly-like marine life. They decided to leave the place as it only belonged to the unknown. Forest discovery.
Yes, look at the size of it!
While conducting research in a secluded forest river, a researcher stumbled upon a bizarre brain-like blob floating near the water's edge. The dark, slimy mass, covered in a strange, textured pattern, appeared alien at first glance. Carefully scooping it up with gloved hands, the researcher examined its gelatinous structure, noting its unusual resilience and weight. Initial thoughts ranged from an undiscovered species to a mutated organism. However, experts later identified it as a colony of bryozoans, tiny aquatic animals that cluster together in gelatinous masses. And one thing was certain, this was a sight he might never forget.
So this big colony here.
Nature's power. Some wildlife researchers came across a massive python that had just expired. The snake's big round belly made everyone stop and stare, and a worrying thought came to mind. It looked large enough to be a human. An autopsy quickly followed to uncover the truth. To our relief, the lump turned out to be a wild boar, its body almost as massive as the python itself. The discovery was awe-inspiring, revealing a predator capable of taking down and consuming prey nearly its own size. It was a scary reminder of nature's raw power. Coastal find.
And I think think it's one of the largest chitons that exist.
On the rocky shores of the Pacific Northwest, a local beachcomber stumbled upon a strange, leathery creature nestled among the seaweed. At first glance, it looked like a discarded piece of meatloaf. But as he reached out, it slowly contracted, curling up defensively. Intrigued, he carefully lifted it, revealing a smooth underside resembling a horse's hoof. He later learned it was a gumboot chiton, a fascinating marine mollusk known for its unique armor and algae scraping abilities. Amazed by nature's oddities, he gently placed it back, letting it continue its slow coastal journey. The encounter made him have a deeper appreciation for the surprising wonders of the sea.
It looks more like a little bowling ball.
Night encounter. One evening, as a homeowner returned home, he noticed a strange creature perched atop a garden rock. Its twisted form, with gnarled limbs and piercing eyes. Frozen in fear, he watched as the creature suddenly spotted him. In an instant, it became furious, letting out a creepy screech. Moving quickly, it leaped onto the roof in a blur of motion and vanished. Luckily, it was never seen again, leaving the homeowner thinking if it was real or just a nightmare. The strange memory remained a strange mystery, never fully explained. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. A group of experts was exploring deep caves, expecting nothing unusual, but inside one cave, they noticed something strange. A soft movement in the dark caught their attention. As they stepped closer, their lights revealed a slimy figure trying to crawl out of the rocks. It wasn't fully visible, but what they saw was enough to scare them. The team looked at each other, unsure of what they had found. Without taking any risks, they quickly decided to leave the cave. These caves surely remain one of the most unsettling places on Earth.
Hey!